up, Dave?
I was thinking, we do movie reviews,
Yeah,
life lessons,
absolutely.
important things to shape people's lives,
Yeah.
even for a couple of morons. So I thought maybe we should do a music review.
That's a great idea, Dave.
There's a lot, we're in the Chicagoland area, and there's
Yes, we
a
are.
lot of local bands in Chicago that get no recognition because it's such a heavy scene of music.
I know.
It's like Seattle, but without the drugs. Well, not
And the flannels.
the flannels.
Sure.
Right, and
Just
the
smell.
coffee, right. So, I have seen many advertisements locally for a band called Gunner's Daughter.
Oh, yes, Gunner's Daughter.
Right. And I haven't seen them yet, though, because they're always downtown. I don't like going downtown.
Oh,
A guy like me at nighttime downtown, I wouldn't survive.
okay. What he means is the downtown Chicago area,
Well, I already said that we were from Chicago.
but we're in the suburbs,
Right.
apologetically.
So, you know, I downloaded their latest EP,
Yes.
which is called New Skeletons.
Yes.
So I can give it a listen. Which, mind you, everyone, I'll give you the link to it later. Their EP is free if you want to
Absolutely
download
no
it.
cost.
Which is great. You know, you can burn a copy to your CD, give it to your friends. I don't think they would mind, but if they did, we'll probably have to take this video offline. So anyways, we both listened to it. We both have a copy of it.
Yes.
And, what'd you think?
You know, Dave, I'm quite impressed with this Gunner's Daughter. You know, when somebody asks me to listen to local music, I'm usually very skeptical because a lot of local music, people are just getting started, and quite frankly, they're not great.
Right.
There's only a couple of examples that I can think of great local music, like the Smashing Pumpkins
Oh, I've heard of them.
and a band called Driving Forward.
Oh, Driving Forward.
But this, I mean, this takes the cake. This is great stuff. It's very punky. It's what I'm looking for. It's very cutting edge.
You know, also the Plain White Tees is popular with the young girls, and they're local as well.
Are they from Villa Park? I'm not a big fan of the Plain White Tees, Dave. I'm gonna.
How do you feel about Villa Park?
It's all right. It's next to Lombard.
Well, I did say a lot of younger girls. I wouldn't expect you to be a big fan. I've seen you wear Plain White Tees with mustard stains on them. It's just
Gravy. It was gravy.
gravy, right? So, anyways, you know, I took a really hard listen to this. Even on the way home from work today, I was listening to it, jamming out in my car, you know, and I wrote down some fine points that I've taken away from this album.
All right.
And since the people listening have probably most likely never heard of Gunner's Daughter,
Probably not.
we have to make them download this EP.
We have to try to convince you that this is some great music, which it is.
Right, I mean, just gonna prop that. That probably looks good there. I can't drink my beer, but that's
I'll drink it.
okay. So, anyways, here's the first thing I got. Their first song, Fence Jumper. I was listening to it, and there's what I like in a good song that's well made. There's just a lot of like echoing, like dual vocals. Like you have the lead singer, and while he's still going in a note, you have the backup singer also singing.
That's kind of like harmonies.
Right. It's like harmony, like a perfect harmony. There's a lot. I mean, like when you're a local band, like you're just starting out,
Yeah.
and like you're singing, and someone else started jumping in. A lot of times you may hesitate. It may not sound good, you know, but they pulled it off perfectly.
That's good.
So yeah,
I did like that song.
it's very catchy, and it keeps your attention going because there's always seems to be some vocals popping out, you know, when you don't expect it. So that was good. And I think the second song, Rusty Wheels, was the same way. It had echoing, though. So it wasn't like the dual vocals, but it was like when you got the lead singer going and then far away in the distance, like the singer took the microphone and kind of, you know,
Yeah.
extended it out real far, which I'm sure he didn't do. But
Well,
they did that in the 50s and stuff.
It's great production on this album. Right?
It seems like when you start off the album, the first three songs all start differently. One song, the Fence Jumper, it was start off the full band, guitar, vocals, drum, everything was at the same time. Just went right into a balls to the wall, the punk rock aspect.
Yeah.
You know, and then they went into Rusty Wheels. The second song start off with a guitar solo, so it was a little bit different. You
Yeah.
know, and then the third song, Better Days, was a drum solo in the beginning. Now, see, this is great because now, if I ever get on Name That Tune, and Gunner's Daughter's music is on it, like I can tell which song is which because they all start differently.
That's good.
I can flat out say I can name that Gunner's Daughter tune in 3 notes. And that wasn't one of their songs. And you know what's also good is the songs are a decent length. Like, you know how a lot of local bands, because their guitar player found that they're not play the guitar, so he does these like 15-minute solos,
Yeah.
and they're not good. It's
Yeah.
not Freebird, you know. So you're sitting there and it's like painful because there's about 6 sentences of lyrics and 15 minutes of music.
Yeah. But this, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed this. It was very upbeat. It was very cutting edge. Like, you don't hear this sound very often.
No.
I don't know who their influences are, but I'm sure it's something, maybe the Pixies, maybe,
You know
maybe
what?
even the Smashing Pumpkins, way down the road.
Well, you know what? The song Satellites, if you remember that, the guitar in that, it sounded very Social Distortion-like.
Oh, yeah?
It was, when I heard it at first, I thought it was like a Social Distortion song. Because the guitar sounded, I don't know what effect they used on it, but it was extremely similar. So if anybody out there even likes Social Distortion or any kind of older punk, because that's kind of what it is. It's more like your 90s, late 80s stay-at-home punk music.
Yeah.
It's not that screaming,
That
high-pitched...
California, Orange County scene crap.
Right, no, exactly. This is more...
This is good, pure, good punk.
I can see this eventually getting to one of those big concert stages, you know, because it's something that doesn't hurt your ears to listen to.
No, it's very good music.
Right. And what's also great is if you download the EP, they have bonus tracks on there.
Oh, yeah.
So you get the EP and extras.
It's good stuff. It really is.
Yeah. The only negative I had about it, there was a song that's called Every Man Will Sell His Soul. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't really understand the lyrics too much. Because maybe it was the music was louder than the lyrics in that song, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes the music is more powerful than the lyrics. But, I saw the title of the song and I thought, man, I got to see how this guy sold his soul.
I mean, how much would your soul go for, Dave?
Well, that's what I'm wondering, because I figure through the song, maybe I can find fair market value for
Well,
what my soul is worth.
Like $1.50, $1.60?
I think you could probably get a lot more than that for your soul.
Mine?
No,
Yes.
mine.
Oh, I'm probably at like 58 cents. Easy.
Why?
It's been used.
Well, anyways, they had the song Redemption, and see, that song was like, that song is your punk right there.
Yeah.
Because that was a little bit of screaming. It was like the, I'm not going to take anything from anyone attitude in that song.
It's good to have when you have a punk band like that.
Well, you don't want to be a soft punk band.
No.
Soft music is fine. It's good.
If you're Neil Diamond.
For Neil Diamond.
Or Chris Christopherson.
Right. But you want to get a message across, hey, I'm punk. You gotta get mad, you know?
Yeah.
Because you hate the world.
It's the angst that goes with the music.
Right. It's like emo, except you don't sit in your bedroom crying at night.
This is like the grandfather of emo. This is like the good stuff. This is the stuff that kind of makes you say, yeah, rock.
Yeah, it would be like if Social Distortion grabbed Fall Out Boy by the throat, you know?
Okay.
Right?
I don't know who Fall Out Boy is, Dave.
And then there was a song in the bonus tracks, Found a Way, and it had the most awkward drum beats, which was cool because a lot of times you hear these songs and they all sound the same. And it's like you hear the same beat over and over and over. But this one, it was like, here's a beat, and then, whoa, oh, there's a beat that you didn't expect. So it keeps you on your toes.
Like jungle music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was like, because at least that drummer, he's a really good drummer.
Yeah, I do agree with his talent.
He was very good, and a lot of drummers, or any musicians, if they start going offbeat, like they get totally lost.
Yeah.
You
Not
know,
like
you
Neil
can tell.
Peart.
What?
I like Neil Peart.
Who's Neil Peart?
From Rush.
So the rhythm was on key. It just sounded like it was above everything else.
Organized
like the
chaos.
Oh, that's a good term.
Yeah.
You should coin that.
No, I think it's already coined.
Okay, well, you should check that out at least.
Sure.
There was a song, I think this was the last song, This Isn't Over. Very acoustic.
And also setting themselves up for a sequel.
Left it wide open.
You know?
This isn't over.
It certainly isn't.
Right.
Not with a sound like this, certainly not.
No. Well, you know what? I believe every band, if they're good, they can do a ballad.
Yeah.
You know, because anyone can just pound away at the instrument and scream their lungs out, and people will buy their music somehow.
Yeah.
That's sure why.
Yeah.
And then, but if you're a good band, you can also pull out that acoustic guitar and have people with their lighters up in the air.
Okay, that's probably within reason.
Well, if they're not using their lighter, a lot of punk shows, people that bring their lighters in, they're using them for other things.
Probably setting stuff on fire.
Yeah.
Like souls.
Yeah. Well, anyways, you know, when we reviewed this, I had extremely low expectations.
Well, my expectations were beyond low. Like local music just.
I actually had to convince him to put it into a CD player.
And once I did, I was quite pleased.
Yeah, because
that's the honest truth.
There's thousands of local bands,
Yeah.
and you've mentioned two.
Yes.
I mentioned one, but you don't really know who they are, but that's fine. So as you can tell, out of Chicagoland, there hasn't been a great scene lately.
And I tell you what, there's other good bands that have come out of Chicago, like Lucky Boys Confusion, which I'm not really too familiar with their music, but I know you spoke of them. The Smoking Popes, which actually are releasing an album pretty soon in April.
Yeah.
And
we'll end up doing a Smoking Popes and a Lucky Boys Confusion show one time too. Because the thing is, Lucky Boys Confusion, everyone's forgotten about them for the most part. They've been out of the scene for quite a long time.
But you know what? I do keep in touch with their singer because I did go to high school with him, Stubby, and he's working on some new material. I think he's always working on new material. He's quite talented.
Right. So, but everyone that's listening should just go to the website that will be on this video and download the EP. I mean, it's free. I mean, what do you got to lose?
Nothing.
I mean, imagine if you were one of the first people to ever hear Smashing Pumpkins.
I know, right?
And then you could be that guy that...
I'm not that guy.
No, not that guy. But you could be that guy that tells everybody, I knew them before they were the Smashing Pumpkins.
Then you can wear the T-shirt with pride, my friends.
Right, that old T-shirt with the holes in it that you've had for 15, 20 years.
Exactly.
So, and then we were also, with permission from the band, so I'm going to contact the band to see if it's okay. We would like to go to one of their shows.
Yes, we'll bring you some great footage.
We're going to try to interview the band. And if you do go to the show and see us, hopefully by that time we'll have like either T-shirts or hats or bumper stickers for the show or something to give away to anybody that makes it to the Gunner's Daughter show. Yeah. So we'll be interviewing fans there. We'll be interviewing the band. And we'll probably have a lot to drink that night too, since we'll be at a show, a punk show.
Hope they have two brothers.
So overall, I'll give it a 10. I mean, honestly, because, like I said, if I popped this into my CD player against any CD, I would give it an 8. But if you gave me any local band CD, that's probably above a 10.
That's a good description. I mean, I give them a solid 8. Either way, it's greatly produced music. I mean, of course, they have a lot to learn still. I know they can write a lot more songs. This kind of talent doesn't come along every day, and I know they can drill it for more oil.
Right, and do you think if they're at Lollapalooza, we can successfully put Gunner's Daughter across our chest?
I think that would work. That would be great. People would love us if we did that.
They'd probably kick us out.
Yeah, well, they'd probably love Dave, not so much me.
You're looking a little more trim, though. I mean, you've lost some weight.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome. Don't worry about it. Have another beer.
I'm going to have another beer.